Whenever start.
Greetings, everyone. I hope that I am audible to everyone. So, welcome to Eduthon, the first education theme hackathon being brought to you by Axios, the Technical Society of IIIT Lucknow, and IIIT Lucknow. Eduthon is presented to you by GitHub and powered by Devfolio. It's a pleasure for us to have you all participating in our hackathon. So, a bit about Eduthon. Eduthon strives to give those designing, building, and maintaining our built environment the opportunity to work with cutting edge technologies and collaborate with developers and designers. It's a weekend of geeking at its finest for improving and building upon technology that affects all working individuals. It has quickly become a global community of innovators that include all elements of the built environment. This year marks the first edition of Eduthon by IIIT Lucknow. Boasting a roster of exciting and engaging events, the first edition of Eduthon promises to be the grandest, greatest, and the most magnificent beginning that a hackathon could possibly have. So, a question which has been asked many times: why education? So, I would like to share a very famous quote which says, "Education is what survives when what has been learned has been forgotten." As we all know, India saw a nationwide lockdown in March following the COVID 19 pandemic. The pandemic has left a massive impact on students, and many of them don't have access to proper education at this time. Colleges, schools, tuitions, and coaching centers are facing a lot of issues they were not prepared for, such as conduction of classes, evaluations. These problems are not just affecting the academics, but now they're a problem for the young minds. Many students are now suffering from mental health issues, and the cases of suicides within students are increasing. To tackle these issues that we face or see around us on a daily basis, we have chosen education to be the theme of our hackathon. So I like to share a moment and thank our sponsors firstly. So Firstly, our title sponsor GitHub, our partner Devfolio, our education partners Geeks for Geeks and Analytics Vidya, platinum sponsors Repel.it, gold sponsors Fold, Bugsy, Matic, Otis, Wolfram Language, Echo AR, and DigitalOcean. Our bronze sponsors Framer, VoiceFlow, Tascade, Interview Cake by Mercer, and obviously our community sponsors Zubio and Hackathon Hackers. We even have our patrons Equinox, the Technical Fest of IIIT Lucknow, Axios, and Rosenfeld Media. And in the end, our certificate partner, Give My Certificate. We would like to thank them all for being a support to us and lending a helping hand. Thank you, everyone. So now the prizes for the hackathon. The portion you must be awaiting. So the grand prizes are as follows. The first position will be given 15,000 rupees. Second position 10,000 rupees. And the third position 5,000 rupees. We at IIIT Lucknow have always been taking steps to promote the culture of uh, tech, technical culture within girls. And for that, we have even kept a best all girls team prize at worth 3,500 INR. Also, there are some track prizes which have been funded by our sponsors. The first is the Ethereum track by Metic. Cash prizes for the best hack built on top of Ethereum will be given 10,000 rupees. For teams that integrate Matic in their hacks as well, the prize money will be higher, about 15,000 INR, along with eligibility for internship slash full-time role interviews and a chance to land seed funding of up to 5,000 US dollars. The next track is by Fold, premium access account for all hackathon winners. Also, internship and full-time opportunity eligibilities for hackathon winners. Next is the Echo Year track. For this, we have a $50 Amazon gift card for the best hack built on Echo Year, a 1 month free business tier access, and a feature in Echo AI's newsletter, which will be sent to inventors, investors, and AR/VR ecosystems. The last, the POTUS track, $300 worth of cryptocurrency will be given to the team which builds the best hack on POTUS. Also, the prices don't end here. We even have perks for everyone, all the participants even. So the firstly from GitHub. If you are a student, you can avail the GitHub education pack on priority by using the link provided by us, which you can access on Discord even. The next is from DigitalOcean, 2,000 US dollars in credits to winners and $100 worth of free trial for 60 days to all participants. Next is Wolfram. Wolfram will be providing 1 month access to all participants and a one personal edition plus a 1 year subscription to the winner. Next is Framer. Framer will be giving a 10-day access to all participants so that they can improvise their final presentations during the hackathon, and a 24-month access to the winners of Framer Pro. Next is Geeks for Geeks. They'll be providing all the participants vouchers worth 300 INR, which can be used on their platform. Next is Repellit. They'll be giving you 3 months access of their hacker plan. Now, Tascade. Free upgrade to Pro membership for all participants. Also, Interview Cake will be giving a full access license for their coding interview prep course. Next, VoiceFlow, professional licenses for all participants. Juniper certificates, which will continue to hold themselves for the next 2 years, will be given by Gift My Certificate. Also, ebooks worth 20 euros for winners from Rosenfeld Media and 20% discount on all ebooks for all attendees. And if you feel that is that enough or is that it? No, there are many more surprises which will be revealed to you. So, happy hacking. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Divya Khare, a GitHub campus expert, a GSOCer, a GSOC mentor, to now address the gathering. So,
Thank you, Vinamr, for the warm welcome. And I hope I am visible to everyone. Hello. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sarthak. So, first of all the very best to all the participants. And here I am representing GitHub Education. So like as Vinamr talked about, like we are having our own GitHub student developer pack, and I want to go through a brief like introduction with the perks that are being currently offered and many more on the way. So I would like to share my screen here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I hope my screen is getting visible. Sure, thank you. So this is the link, education.github.com/pack. And next, Eduthon organizers will also be providing you with a link with which you can get an early access. So I would like to like introduce some of the things that are available here and how that can be like very, very useful to all the students who take part in various activities related to coding, development, or whatever field you pick. So, like, I'll be going through in very brief, I'll not be wasting much of your time. So, like, you can see here is AWS Educate. So, many of you might be knowing about AWS already. Like, it is the Amazon Web Services which provides various cloud computing services, storage services on cloud, etc. So here you are getting AWS Educate, which helps you learn this technology and provides you free training, etc. And you can see like for each and every block for each and every perk or for each and every service which you are getting, you are having some benefits associated. So every benefit which is associated is written over here, for AWS, what you are getting and these kind of things. So, and next is Canva. So with Canva, you are getting you might be knowing about Canva. Like it is very helpful in creating designs. We always don't have designers with us like Axios. So we want to create some things very easily, and you don't have to put in much efforts to create designs. With Canva, it provides lots of work. So here you are having a free 12-month subscription of Canvas Pro tier. Next is GitHub, you all know. Then there is DigitalOcean. You will be getting introduced to. Like this is again something related to cloud. And then there is Namecheap, that is a hosting service. Microsoft Azure is there, again something related to cloud. JetBrains is there. So all my developer fellows might be knowing about this. Like some of the best IDEs are from JetBrains, and they are being provided to you through this GitHub Student Pack. Then there is Educative. This is, I think, one of the very best things that is being provided here. Like I used it myself personally, and I can tell you, like all of their courses are very nice, but two particularly who are preparing for placement or who want to get into system design. So there are two courses, blocking the system design and blocking the object oriented one. So they are the best ones that I have personally used, so I know. Then there is front end masters. So those who want to learn basically not only front end, although the name is front end, but the technologies such as JavaScript, GraphQL, and these kind of things. So they have taught in such a good depth that to anyone who asks me like how to do the same, so I recommend them front end masters. So you are getting a free 6-month access to all the courses and workshop. Then there are some other hosting services like Heroku that is very popular. Then there is .tech, which is our domain again. Then there is Data Camp again. If you are interested in data science and courses, so you are getting a 3-month free theme and subscription. And then, yep, I want to tell something about GitHub Campus Expert. So some of you might be from those colleges which already have their campus experts, but some don't. So to this, I want to talk about like this is a program through which you can easily get help from GitHub Education regarding your events or regarding anything like you want to have for your college in respect of development, coding, or any of the activity which you want to conduct. They provide sponsorship, they provide swags, which you see like GitHub stickers you might have seen very often. So this is what GitHub campus experts can help you with. So if you are keen to join the community, then this is the right point to go. Yeah. So next there is MongoDB. So you are getting some free credits. I think you all might be knowing about MongoDB. Next is Interview Cake, obviously, you are getting the credits already, but again, here it is available for you. Atom, the good editor. And then there is Twilio. Yep. Twilio is a mailing as well as like mailing service. It provides the free, it provides SMS services as well. So they have something like free tier and pro tier, advanced tier, like these things, but you are getting a $50 credit with this. So Twilio is very much useful if you want something, a product that can be launched in production. If you want, if you want your product to reach out to people, so Twilio is the thing. Then Repl.it, you might be knowing that running the scripts is no more easier than on Repl. It does it all for you from loading packages to running it online. You don't have to like bother about on your own machine. Then there is Mailgun and Datadog is also there. So this is infrastructure monitoring. Obviously, you are getting pro account for 2 years. So I think that's a big thing. Then Travis CI is there, and browser stack obviously for testing and these things. So that thing, I think browser stack is very good, and you are getting it the free automate mobile plan for 1 year. For each and every perk, you can see here the benefit option. So it will tell you about that. Uh, Next, code cup. Yep, you want that how much your tests cover the like how much your tests which you have written for your code, how much they cover the code. So for that you have the code coverage. So you are getting that on that free on public. So I think public is already free or not. I am not sure, but for private it is not. But you are getting it here for free. Uh, Next, you can explore. I think there are many more. I haven't gone through all of them, but yes, these were the ones that like I have gone myself through, and I found them very useful. And the total worth of this student pack has gone so big that I think that getting these, if you go on purchasing these things for even these many, this many period, it is going to cost you a lot. So that is a big thing I think that GitHub has done for all the students. Apart from this, we have GitHub Classroom as well. So you can access, and how to get your pack, Eduthon people will tell you. And apart from that, here is an option, but go through their ones so that you can have an early access. No worries if you don't have a, like many students have asked, like we don't have a college mail ID, so what to do now? So no worries if you don't have a college mail ID, if your college doesn't provide it, no worries. If you have any proof like your ID card or something that can prove that you are a student of of a university, that goes good with us. No issues on that as well. And it is not restricted only to the bachelor students that who are doing bachelors in the university. It is eligible for any of the student. If you are a bachelor student, master students, or a doctorate student, no worries. This is all good to go. You are having these many benefits. And yes, I want to tell one thing that many more perks are on their way. So I hope this will help you a lot. And yep. So at the end, I want to say like if anybody is having any doubts, so you can leave them in the comment section. I'll go through and I'll reply through all of them. As many
No
as
worries.
I can. So yeah, thanks a lot, and back to you, Vinamr. Thank you.
So I don't know what to say now. Like Devi sir has said enough about this. It's a wonderful thing to have at your back, and I'd like to just thank Devi sir for being an immense for being an immense support to us in all our phases. Thank you, sir. So now I would like to tell you a bit about uh, Digital Ocean.
Oh, thank you, Vinamr, for having me here.
So I hope my screen is visible. So DigitalOcean, a scalable compute platform with add-on storage security and monitoring capabilities. So they provide you seamless management of infrastructure, droplets which are scalable compute services, managed databases, spaces, Kubernetes, load balancers, block storages, one-click apps which can be deployed by you. So it is a really interesting platform which you must all try a hand at. They have across 12 data centers in 8 global markets and having 1,500 plus peers around the world. Why customers love DigitalOcean? It is really simple, intuitive, and conveniently packaged services. A really large community of developers, which can, keep providing you engagement and education over all your doubts. A service which is, a top of the class, heartfelt support and unparalleled service. And obviously, open source advantages and cloud native architecture. So we will be providing you this QR code even. You can just scan this and get $100 for a 2 month trial of DigitalOcean. So we hope that you explore DigitalOcean and use it in the next 3 days. So now I would like to call Mr. Denver D'Souza. He's a community partner at DevFolio. So what do you? Thank you, sir.
Hey Vinamra, thanks for introducing me. And I'm really glad to be here at Eduthon. Um, it's always nice to see students step up and organize hackathons for their communities, right? So I'll just go through a brief about like our journey so far and certain quick lessons along the way, which I think would be useful to keep in mind, uh, even for the hackers at the hackathon. And yeah, so let me just get right into it. I'll share my screen now. Yeah, so I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, could you let me know if you can? Yeah, great. So yeah, so the story starts. For those of you who don't know, the story starts at IIIT. It is one. It's a pretty famous hackathon now. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but then this was back when we were all in college, and this was started by the original in-out team back in 2015. There were not a lot of uh, in fact, I don't think there were any university hackathons at that point of time, uh, like they are now at least. And Inout was one of the first of hackathon of its scale, and it was built with the community values that all of you appreciate now. There were like no like hackathons before that were mostly focused on solving problems statements by companies and uh, being too focused on uh, solving things rather than just enjoying and learning throughout the process. So that's what the original goal was in out was, and it was uh, a pretty good success, I might say. And it kickstarted the hackathon revolution in India, in Indian universities, and which led to hackathons like Hack in the North and other hackathons that you are now familiar with. So on the way, what we realized is that hackathons are really community hackathons really help developers explore their capabilities and and learn a lot of things in a short span of time. So that's why we decided to do this even after we had graduated from university, which led to the fourth edition of In-Out that we did in Bangalore independently. So what we had done, incidentally, that we had built our own suite of tools to manage such a large scale of registrations, because for In-Out 4 we received, I think, 4,500 applications from around 8 countries. So in hindsight, it was good that we decided to build our own platform, because existing platforms could handle submissions, but they could not handle the rest of the flow that included applications, accepting, rejecting people, like not rejecting, like you cannot invite them to the hackathon per se. So those sort of capabilities were not there. So that's why we built something that we personally wanted. So something this is a lesson. This is a good lesson for hackers who are trying to build over the next 2 days, right? uh, so the first thing that you should try and do is try to solve the problems that you yourself have, and eventually you'll find that that will work out for you in one way or the other. And for us it did. I mean, for we did in out 5 after that, and in out 5 was the first hackathon on devfolio. Was the second hackathon, in fact. The first was a hackathon called ETH India. But then it worked out well because we got the same number of same immense amount of applications. We got like uh, around 5,400 applications for the sixth edition of in out, right? So that's how it has been. We mostly tried to solve our own problems, and it had worked out for us. This was ETH India. This was the first hackathon that we did on devfolio once we built it in 2018. And it has been great going so far. And we also have supported diversity through hosting women-only hackathons. These have been some of the most popular hackathons in India so far. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to uh, allow organizers the same amount of scale. So that is why we built devfolio, and we opened it up to the public as a public launch in 2019. And since then, over 100 university organizers and universities across India, and now increasingly abroad as well, have used devfolio. And I'm sure most of you have seen this page where you can apply to all the hackathons that are there on devfolio. So in case you want to take up the mantle and want to organize a hackathon on devfolio yourself, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. For university students, the platform is provided at no cost. You can just drop a mail at community@devfolio.co, right? Next, coming to again, one of the purposes that one of the things that I said is that hackathons are for solving your own problems first. That's a good strategy. Another strategy is building something for fun, right? Uh, Before people get caught up in trying to solve for problems and any of that, you should definitely take a look at this hack that was built at Inout, right? If you just show a quick video. Yeah. So if you see this video, it's apparent that it's a VR version of VR AR version of PUBG, which was quite the rage in back in 2018. Even is now, and probably now is a good idea to build something like that. But definitely, when one of the judges asked me like, what is the use of this game? What is the business opportunity? And what basically why did the hackers choose to build this? So then the hackers were like, we built this more to learn things. This was the first time they had ever interacted with AR technology, and they decided to build with AR technology, and they decided to build this which was fun. And in our opinion, these were already winners, and it turned out to be right as well, because they did turn out to be overall winners as well. So another lesson here is that build things for fun, build things that you think are cool. It doesn't matter that you get to a prize winning podium finish or not, right? So coming to the next thing, in case you do want to change the world and want to make an impact, there are certain fields that are getting more traction than others. Blockchain is certainly a good thing to think about. And for example, this is one of the hacks that was built at uh, the first ETH India. And at a glance, it just seems like a regular hack that was built by a bunch of 20-year-olds. But then they decided to take it ahead, make talk to the right people. And in 2019, they secured $2.4 million dollars in funding. And since then, they have been on explosive trajectory. Uh, so the another lesson here is that obviously, if you do want to change the world, hackathons are great places to do so. And you can focus on emerging technologies, and then if you manage to take your project from from just a hackathon project to a product, then you can really make it big. So another example has been DeFi Dollar. This the founder as well, Arpit. He came to the first ETH India without knowing anything about blockchain, but then he built a hack by the end of it, won the hackathon, and here we are 2 years later, and he has launched his own startup, which had 3 million locked in it in just 90 minutes after launch. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, by the way, you should definitely check out. We have a live stream happening today. I can share the link with you. You can definitely check out. We'll try to demystify what blockchain, decentralized internet, what all these buzzwords are all about, right? So definitely do tune into that. And there are also, if you weren't aware, there are also track prizes being offered at Eduthon. uh, the first track prize is by Matic. If anybody builds on Ethereum at the hackathon, they are eligible for a prize money of 10,000 rupees. If the same team also manages to integrate Matic, then the prize money will be 15,000 rupees. In case your project is exceptional, you can even land internships or even seed funding of up to 5,000 USD, right? The next track price is by Portis. In case you build on Portis, which is also another blockchain-based platform, you'll be eligible for a prize money of $300, right? So we have been doing a lot of things at Devfolio. The team behind InOut was the one that built Devfolio, and ultimately we decided at the start of the year we'd also decided to foray into fintech, and that is why you must have heard about Fold in one of the sponsor categories. And Fold is a banking experience that we are building, and we launched it at the start of the year, and we launched the invites basically, but then we plan to launch it soon, and basically to change the way uh, India banks, right? And so the good part is that we have now like in a sense, we collectively call both Devfolio and Fold as products of 2586 Labs, which is 2586 is just the place where we just ended up living in Bangalore when we first came by, and that's been our base so far. And we are currently hiring at 2586 Labs. You can visit 2586labs.com, and we have various roles open. You can check them out. We are hiring for UX researchers, front end, community, Android, iOS, backend, product designers, and anything else under the sun you can think of. So, yeah, that being said, I'm really excited to see what comes out of Eduthon, and I wish you all the best of luck. Yep. I hope that wasn't too long.
That was a lovely introduction, sir. And to be honest, Devfolio has been a great support for us since the day one. Thank you, sir, for
Yeah.
coming to this and addressing the gathering. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So, also, a hackathon is incomplete without its mentors. So, I'd like to also thank and introduce our mentors. We are having Ayon Roy, sir, Siddharth Dayalwal, sir, Akash, sir, who will be mentoring for ERVR specifically, Devak Hari, sir, again as a mentor, even, Govind Dikshit, sir, Vaibhav Gupta, sir, and Saksham Taneja, sir. Each one holds a brilliant expertise in their respective fields, and for the next 3 days, they'll be available to all of you for having a free communication with them and getting your doubts solved. So you can constantly be in talks with them on Discord. All those who haven't joined the server, please join it. You can find all the important details, announcements there. Also, I'd like to share some important information, especially the submission guidelines and the judging criterias. So, is my screen visible?
Yes.
So, By visiting the website on eduthon.tech/challenges, you can find the various challenges that we have. Your project must be based on one of them. A video submission explaining the project is mandatory. Please don't just record the presentation. Try to explain your project as much as you can so that the judges can understand what have you made. Project submission should be completed on DevFolio by September 6th at 9 a.m. Participants have to compulsorily submit the following things in their GitHub repo: the presentation and the README file with clear instructions to set it up locally. Steps to submit your project will be: you have to visit your dashboard. There you can see an option of submitting your project. So a brief up of the fields mentioned: name, name of the project, title. This document has been shared to you on the announcement section. Please give it a read before you make your final files. Also, there will be a submission template for the presentation that will be shared by us to you only. So you have to make your presentation on that only. So don't make a custom presentation. So some additional info: the projects will be reviewed and the top 15 projects will be given a unique ID, which will be later used to call the teams during the presentation. So for the final evaluation, which is the live demonstration to our judges, we will only be selecting the top 15 projects, which will be done using Google Meet, Zoom, or other video conferencing platforms. Each team has to present their project in front of the jury within a time limit of 10 to 15 minutes. If you have any queries, feel free to ask them on Discord. Also, a few event guidelines: you cannot start working on your project before the hacking period begins, which is 4 p.m., which will be around just 15 minutes from now. Plagiarism, intentional or reckless, is a disciplinary offense and will strictly result in disqualification from the event. The decision of the jury in choosing the winners will be final, and no queries in the regard will be considered. Please comply with all instructions from Eduthon organizers. No previously submitted projects will be accepted. Any act of abuse with other participants, judges, or organizers will directly report it to the concerned authorities. In case of any misbehavior or controversy, you shall be immediately disqualified, and this decision lies in the hands of Eduthon organizers only. So, a happy hacking to you. Hope the next 3 days turn out to be really experience in which you are able to learn more and more. So that is it from our side. Welcome to Eduthon. And this decision lies in the hands of Eduthon organizers only. So, a happy hacking to you. Hope the next 3 days turn out to be really experience in which you are able to learn more and more. So that is it from our side. Welcome to Eduthon. And this